Hey! Welcome to the scrap shop. Welcome to the scrap shop. I can use the stuff you find to upgrade your gear and make it even stronger. Hey Jeremiah, welcome. Jeremiah Smith, hail. And if your shield takes a beating, no worries. I can fix that too. So, what'll be? Upgrade gear? You got it! These are all the items that I have that I can upgrade now. Shield? Cool. How do I upgrade the shield? What do I need to upgrade the shield? I have 1 monster claw, I need a jelly bob, and 2 amber relics, and 30 rupees. I don't have the relics. That's unfortunate. Okay. That's a shame. Nah. You changed your mind well. And all the... it's fine. Come see me whenever you change it back, little buddy. Oh, I'm gonna call you Jet. Ooh, there's a chest there. Master Ezio. This treasure chest-like object is a relic of ancient times left by the goddess and her chosen one. How has it been here for so long? I'm kind of mad because my whole save data got corrupted in Sonic Colors Ultimate. Oh! Oh, that sucks. Were you going for a 100% run? And how close, yep. How deep into it were you? Because, yeah, that really got a sting. Wait, is it, what was it on? PC, Switch, PlayStation? Almost done 100%, ouch. Yeah, that really stings. I'd be mad as well, PS4. I suppose at least you've got the trophies, but yeah, ow. That's going to be it, yeah. I mean, it stings, but at the same time, is the completion process for Sonic Colors particularly arduous? Is it like a really nasty, complicated one, or is it just a case of lost time? Because, I mean, it sucks in either cases, but yeah, I can believe it. Well, it's not fun losing any game. I remember playing Zelda 1, on the subject of Zelda, I suppose. I remember playing Zelda 1 on the NES. Brilliant, and I got really close to the end. But the problem with Zelda 1 is the battery backup is very primitive. So basically, in order to shut down the console cleanly, you have to press the reset button and then press the power button. Also, it runs the risk of wiping your save data. Guess what I forgot to do? So yeah, I accidentally erased my entire save game of Zelda 1. Never went back and finished it. Really should one of these days. But yeah, that stung. That stung quite a bit. So yeah, I can fully believe that. Very much fully believe that. Why can't games developers release games now, you know, not buggy? How hard is it? I mean, they used to be able... What was it, the legendary line from Miyamoto? If a game's bad, it's bad forever. It's just true. There are many good games out there that just got slated by being released too soon because some git wanted money for Christmas. Cyberpunk, for example, that was an okay game. Didn't meet the hype that everyone put it on a pedestal for, but it most certainly was an okay game. It's just screamed of released too soon. And sometimes I think that's the case with a lot of games. Seriously, ow. There's no excuse for that now. There is no excuse for releasing a game with a game save breaking bug. It's just no. Just no. No. Anyway. Now from that on to the... Do not rush making games. Exactly. There we go. Don't rush making games. Take your time. But they do rush them because they want to get them out for Christmas and get all that money. There we go. Release the game in a pretty finished state, and then the time you could have been spending fixing the bugs could be for, I don't know, DLC? You know, stuff that makes you money without sacrificing the reputation of you and your game. But whatever, most big name studios can just print money anyway, so there we go. This treasure chest-like object is a relic from ancient times, left by the goddess for her chosen hero. However, I lack the information on how to be opened at this time. I'd say give it a Skyward Strike, but I can't. Seriously, how is that chest there if it's been here since ancient times? Hello.
Hi.
Hello, and welcome to the item check. Want to put stuff into your pouch into storage? Okay. Want to take something out of storage? That's fine. So, if there's anything in your pouch or your storage you want to move, no. Oh, really? Great. Not like my time's worth anything. Computer says no. No. Hey, you there. Yes, you adorable boy with the golden hair. Welcome to the potion shop. You can drink your potions and our potions whenever you're injured and fill up your hearts. To be fair, the original Skyward Sword also had a save corrupting bug. Yes, and there was still no excuse for that then either. Hey, you're one of those knights, aren't you? Oh, one in training at least. I need to find a better voice for her. Let me tell you. No. Let me tell you. One look at you, and I can tell you'll need my potions by the cauldron full. So don't try and slink away without stocking up. Oh dear. I forgot to ask if you have any empty bottles on you. No, I've gone British again. Any bottle on you? Just so you know, I can't sell you a potion if you don't have empty bottle. I pour into bottle to pour into. For some reason, I like you though, so I'll give you spare empty bottle that I've been keeping here for store. Oh, it's nothing. It's a little gift. You won't hear me say this often, but you can put other things inside bottle potions as bottle potions, bottle potion, potion bottle, potion, empty bottles, so it's useful for carrying around. Cool, thank you. Empty bottle filled in venture pouch. Press R to take a look. If you ever get to a point where you can't fit any more stuff in your pouch because they're too full, you can always drop items off at the item check. So, what do you like to buy? I wish to buy heart potion, please. There's worth of heart potion. Drink this theory, and it will replenish 8 hearts. Babushka's secret recipe. Why don't you pick up some hearts for your adventure? Only 20 rupees. Cool, thank you. Got a heart potion, huzzah. Huzzah, 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 huzzah. Oh, give me a minute, just checking something. Oh, right, marvellous. Thank you, sweetie. If you want potion powered up, go see husband at back of counter. He can mix something up for you. Powerful drugs. Yes, 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 many opioids, yes. Sometimes it's the small oversight with big consequences. Not to defend releases, but sometimes QA can only go so much. I mean, yeah, you have a point, Razor, but at the same time, QA testers would pick up something like that. They would. Usually, the QA testers are actually quite. I know a chap once who was a QA tester for Sony. It's been years since I've seen him now. But yeah, they are quite rigorous and they do test these things. The problem usually lies not in it's not being QA tested enough, but the developers. Correction. I say developers, but that sounds like the programmers. No. The managers, the big wigs, you know, the ones at the top of the chain who basically are the ones who call the shots over when the game's released. The QA testers will give the QA report saying, well, you've got this, but the people at the top are usually the ones who turn around and say, well, we'll ignore half of that and we'll send it out anyway, and there we go, we've got a release and we can patch it later. It's at that point the system falls down. If they actually went, right, well, we've got this long list of things from the QA testers to fix, we'll delay the game and then push it out later when it's a bit better. But they want to time the markets to maximize profit, which as a business I can understand, but at the same time, the consumers are so pissed off with all the crap going on with the games at the minute. I haven't bought a AAA game in ages. Well, okay. Technically, would you count Skyward Sword as a AAA game? I tend to think of Nintendo for some... probably the way Nintendo work their marketing. I sort of see Nintendo as their own entity. Because they just seem to have more about them. I suppose it would be considered a AAA? AA? Maybe it's a AA game. It's not the big Hollywood blockbuster style of games like you expect from EA and Activision. But other than that... Actually, EA as well. I hate those two. Actually, I hate... Cyberpunk is AAA. Yeah, there we go. Cyberpunk was a prime example. It went through QA, the QA testers turned around and said, these are the issues. CDPR pushed it out of the door before it was ready. CDPR delayed the game. It should have been delayed further, but they wanted to get it out for Christmas. So what are you going to do? They release it for Christmas, it breaks on PlayStation, it's pulled from the PSN store, it's bollocksed on PC. I mean, for those of you long-time viewers of the channel will know the first several streams, at least the first couple of weeks of me streaming Cyberpunk 2077, was me stopping and going back and changing settings and fiddling around to get the game running stable. In the end, I had to switch from Streamlabs over to OBS Studio, which, as it turned out, Streamlabs was causing the game to crash. Probably it was causing some sort of issue on the processor. I don't know. It was a weird one, but I suppose it's not the end of the world. I meant to switch to Streamlabs OBS in the first place, but yeah, that's a prime example of when they ignore the QA testing. I don't need the potion powering up just yet. I can't do anything with the treasure chest, so we shall exit to the bazaar of many spinning lamps and man with giant eyes. Hello, what's that? Statue of the goddess. Wait, does this mean I've been walking past the bazaar all this time and I've just not noticed? I need to get used to that camera. Put away. Go. Well, that's the residential area. But what I want to do is I want to quickly explore the cave. There's the pretty lady again. I swim. Yes, I can. All of that is true. I just wanted to say that millions of players will always find some obscure bugs. Management ignoring QA or the lower developers is a huge issue. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm with you on that. Can I swim faster? No. That's a shame. But yeah, no. But management and QA and the lower devs is indeed a huge issue. It's all about making money. It's a full system. This is why I'm quite picky with the games I buy now. Oh, no! Balls! I pressed the summon button. Oh, well, whatever. Thank you. Watch your step there. Haven't they taught you the Academy Knights must always be vigilant? What? Sharpen up or you'll never make it to knighthood. What? Off to barracks we go. Tally-ho. I was going to call my loft wing, but I kind of fell. Right, let's see if we can get to that treasure chest in here, because it's been bugging me. Maybe it's a case that I need I can't imagine I need an item to get to it. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Son of a dingus. I got a red rupee! Huzzah! Right. Got a heart as well. Okay. Yes, I'm just as shocked as you are. Right. Monster claw. Okay, good, but that doesn't help. Need an amber artifact. There we go. I wonder if I can upgrade my stamina meter in this game. Herb statue. Save. Go. This cave literally only exists for trapping me burb. That's a shame. Never know though, it might come in useful at some point later on down the line. Can I invert the controls for my flying? No. No, I can't. That's annoying. Oh. I think the game could have done with having a few more settings. What's that thing over there? Looks like a tree. With trees growing out of it. Oh, it's a giant piece of bamboo. Of course it is. Oops, sorry, burb. How do I get off me burb? There we go. Ah! Aha! There we go. Ah! Well, we can finally test this idea. Yeah, that didn't work. That's annoying. What's this big bamboo place? Hello.
You?
Is that you, Ezio? I never thought I'd run into you here. What is this place? This is my secret spot where I come to work are the kinks of my sword art. There was a time I was the most popular guy in all of Skyloft. Folks were always cheering me on like it was a parade, but as you know, time passes. And I'm not the young buck I used to be. I eat when I get stressed, and I'm worried about my darling daughter all the time. I mean, look at this belly. So, I know. So, that's what drives the fella here, to chop some bamboo. Let me tell you, there's no better way to sweat off the pounds. Here's the idea, Ezio. Why don't you try slicing some bamboo? Sure.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Chop away, boy. Hold up a second. Get your horses holded. There's got to be a way to spice things up a notch here, or free. Yes, that's the tick here, right there. You're gonna take a swing at that. Swing it, whittling down that big old bamboo, right there, in the middle of the room. Think of it and. Thing is, see, it's a contest to see how many cuts you can make before it hits the ground. If you're good enough, you'll stroll out of here with a prize. It'll cost you 10 rupees to see what you're made of. You want to give it a try? All right, then. Get to slicing. Oh. Hold up, son. You're all done? Let's count those cuts. Your score this time is 16.
No.
When you go miles to go. But I'll give you something here for the effort. Here, 30 rupees. Oh, cool! What?
No.
20 cuts. Well, look at that. Now I take a gander at things. It's clear you've got yourself a stubby little sword. You did mighty well considering that. See, the longer the sword, what you got, the easier it is to zip through that bamboo like a loaf of warm butter. If you get yourself a longer blade in the future, come back and try again. You'll be surprised with a little extra steel can do for chopping the skull. I'm gonna get this game on the Switch. Yes, you did. Indeed, you should. It's marvelous. Well, okay, it's okay for the moment. We're only just started, but the controls definitely feel better with the controller, even if it does feel a bit weird. Come on back when, if you feel like, you might want to chisel up that sword arm. I'm guessing that's a hint that I need to upgrade my sword, but you know what, we'll give a bamboo another try. Sure, I'm in. Love your Shatner voice acting for the tubby chap with the receding hairline. I mean, if you think he sounds like William Shatner, I mean, sure. All right then, get to slice it. I love William Shatner. Well, sort of. He's a bit, he's good in Star Trek. Oh. Hello, son. You're all done? Let's count those cuts. Your score is 18. Thanks, Alexa. Oh, yeah. New record. Way to go, kid.
No.
You've got miles to go, but I'll give you something for your effort. Here's 30 rupees. Next time, shoot for 20 cuts. Yes, I know. Look at the sword. It's a diddly little sword. Fee will be most upset that you've insulted her, and I too am insulted that you've upset her, William Shatner. I mean, Pieta. Hey, how was it? Welcome. No, Yakuza is all done and dusted. We platinumed it this afternoon. It's all finished. No more Yakuza. Well, I tell a lie. Yakuza, yes, but no more Yakuza 0. Yakuza Kiwami after this, but in fairness, we'll be playing this for a few weeks anyway, so. 26. Oh, a new record. Way to go, kid. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You really brutalized that bamboo boy. Here's your prize. I got a monster horn. Marvelous. That's just what I've always wanted. Thank you, game. I want to see you do 28 jobs next time. Come back whenever you feel like you might want to chisel up that sword arm. And I want to get to 30. And I want to see if I can then unlock a piece of heart, which would be nice. Cool. Right, we got to 30. And that's as much as we're probably going to manage until we've upgraded the sword. Hold up, son. You're all done? Let's count those cuts. Your score this time is 32.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. New record. Way to go, kid.
Yeah.
This was a home-dinger-a-linger score. I only reached that number a few times myself. Here is your prize. Okay. Whoa, we've got a golden skull. A real rare. You got a golden skull. A rare rarity among skull ornaments. It shines with an eerie golden glow. It is said that a number of them will cause your entire family to be cursed as spiders and die in a horrible house fire as a small boy from the forest burns your house down. I won't lie to you. Kinda glad you moved on. Fair enough. Fair enough. I enjoyed Yakuza, but yeah, it did get a bit long. But, well, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to be doing 100%. I'm not going to be doing completionist runs with all the Yakuza games, which means I'll probably go for just 100%. I don't know. I don't know how I'll do the other Yakuza games. I'll have to figure out the 100% criteria as I go, but we won't be going platinum because we can't. But, yeah. I mean, Yakuza was good, but loved your commitment to completing it, but it got repetitive. Fair enough. Fair enough. Theater is holding a katana. He indeed is holding a tiny katana. I mean, fair enough, it got repetitive. I mean, a lot of it... yeah, there was a lot of things... yeah. I can't lie. It did drag a bit in places. Oops, no, that was the brake. Okay, sod it. We're probably still in tutorial mode anyway, so... But yeah, we're Skyward Sword, and then we're moving on to do Yakuza Kiwami. So that'll be another long one. Hopefully not 200 hours, though. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But it's a franchise run, so time check. I know. We're an hour over the stop time. So what we might do is find a save, because I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen next. There it is. One warp gate. Oh, I'll say warp gate. Magic, flighty rock of magic. Oh, that's an idea. Can I get to the top of the statue? I have no idea what just happened. Okay, sure. Well, we've landed by the statue now. Put away. Camera that way. Marvelous. Camera, thank you. Boop bop boop bop boop bop boop bop boo boo bum 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 ba da ba ba da ba da 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 da. There we go. Bird statue. Save and quit. So we will continue this next time. Yes. Aye. Oh. There we go. There we go. The start. Oh, careful. Start of a new journey. And hopefully I'll finally fix the audio issues with the console settings on the live stream. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm not getting crackling on my end, so I can only assume that the audio's probably cleaned up on your end as well. I've got one more setting to adjust in OBS that I changed while I was troubleshooting, so we should get higher fidelity audio coming through, but after that, marvellous, all sorted. But there we go! The first of a new journey. The first into The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. And yeah, it's nice to get away from Yakuza for a bit. I must admit, it's nice to get away from Yakuza for a bit. It's nice and clean, mate. Marvellous. So no crackling, no popping like an old record, which is one of the issues, a long-standing issue I've had with the live stream. It's only when I was watching back one of the clips that Kevin from Last Minute Continued made, as well as going through some of audio testing on my end, that I realised that the audio popping I've had for a long time is still very much there and probably maybe a bit worse. But I figured it out. It's a weird setting in OBS, but it's all figured out, so it's coming smooth, so awesome. That's another step up in quality for the live stream. Now, if only we could do something about that Ezio bloke. But anyway, with that said and done, time to get out of here, as Check already said. I have had my issues with Elgato. It took some work on mine, but I think I got it working. Yeah, for the capture card, there's a setting. It's not it's under the Elgato card under sources. You go to Elgato in your sources and then go and change the audio over to WAV rather than dedicated desktop. You should end up that's how I fixed the audio issues on mine. But well, so you just said you've got it working, so there we go. It's a pain in the neck. It is a pain in the neck. How was Ezio? Hail Nintendo Nerd. It is good. It is good. Oh God, what? Oh God, what now? Who? What? Where? Why? Who? Oh, good to know. I might have to check that. I may have a fix. I can't remember. It was months ago. Fair enough. Nostalgia. Yes, very much nostalgia. I've noticed that as well starting this game. I didn't realise how much I missed a lot of the traditional aspects of Zelda until we started this game. Because the last Zelda game I played, well, okay, technically I played Link's Awakening. But I don't know, something about that just... the first Zelda game I ever played was actually Twilight Princess on Wii. So this sort of takes me back. I played Skyward Sword originally, but there's something about this music and this setup that sort of grips me more than Breath of the Wild did. I think Breath of the Wild may have taken it a bit too far. Breath of the Wild's a good game, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, there's just that Zelda spark that seemed to go missing from it. I think it's the music. A lot of Zelda is the music. But anyway, maybe by the end of this playthrough, we'll have the answer to that. It was nice to see you play this. Well, it's nice to play this for you, Just Razor. But the game I probably played was Wind... same, but the game I probably played was Wind Waker. Fair enough, I've never finished Wind Waker. I played Wind Waker, but I've never finished Wind Waker. Started it on the Wii U. Well, no, I had it on GameCube, and then I never finished it. And then I had it on Wii U, and I never finished it. So one of these days, I'll go back and I'll actually finish the Wind Waker. Or at least play it in full, but yeah, I mean to go back and play. One of these days, I'll get my Wii U out of the loft and I'll hook it up and I'll play through Twilight Princess HD and all the other ones. But anyway, there we go. Cannot wait for Zelda month. Yes, fair point. This game probably play. I have a special Wii U that's gold Hylian text on it. I do as well. It's the Wind Waker edition, or at least that's the one I've got, Wind Waker edition. Zelda franchise run confirmed. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will probably, if I get enough requests, I'm not against the idea of doing a Zelda franchise run. But at the same time, it's going to be a bit. It's not one like Yakuza where I can play it chronologically. I'm going to have to sort of jump here, there, and everywhere, but I suppose we can do it. But yeah, the plan is... This is Ezio talking, so remember that this may change. Plan for the current schedule is... Skyward Sword, Yakuza Kiwami, then Breath of the Wild. I want to get a Breath of the Wild run done on the channel before we do Breath of the Wild, before Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, basically. So that's my plan. That is my plan. I want to get through Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild 2, and if we have time to fit another Zelda game in, marvellous. I really want to go back and... I was doing a completion run of Link's Awakening, the remake on Switch. No, I'll say it's a remake. But I did it in reverse, I did it wrong, so I've done a full no-deaths run on normal, but I need to do a no-deaths run on hard. So yeah, at some point maybe we'll play Link's Awakening Switch version on the channel, just so I can get that completion thing done, and it's done, it's over, it's done and dusted, and I'm a happy Ezio. We'll see how it all goes. I think I'm pretty close to getting to the end of that. It's just all the dungeon building stuff that's a bit of a pain in the neck. But yeah, tempting, very tempting. Go back. I mean, if I get the Wii U out, then that's it. I'm going to play Wind Waker and I'm going to play Twilight Princess. That's it. It's just how it's done. I'd get very, very. I'm going to be quite nostalgic about Skyward Sword, but I'd probably be even more nostalgic about Twilight Princess. Not gonna lie. Not sure how I'd go about doing Ocarina of Time, though. I'd probably have to do an emulator. Or I get my I get a new controller for my N64, and then I figure out how to wire my N64 into my Elgato, and then do a run with that. Well, there's a will, there's a way, but it might just be easier to emulator rather than running off my original cartridge. I'll figure it out. Unless I get a special DS with one of those HDMI splitters in. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll figure that out as we go. We're not going to do any major runs. I'm going to try and not do any franchise runs in the middle of Yakuza. Emphasis on try. Don't get me wrong, it is entirely possible, but I'm going to try not to do a franchise run in between Yakuza games because I just want to use those as playing something else. I want to play Deathloop at some point as well. So, yeah. But the console holds significance to me. It was my second home console. Fair enough. Technically, I grew up on Game Boys, and then my first home console. Oh, well, technically, we got a PS2 when I was a kid, but I never really played it that much. Never got much use actually. We never had any games for it. I think that was my sister's, or my sister claims it's hers. Don't know if there's any truth in that, but there we go. And then she got an Xbox 360, which was the first time I probably sat down and played a console game, which was Halo. Halo 3, and I remember playing it. This is, considering I grew up on a diet of Nintendo games, I literally put Halo 3 on, and then I thought Cortana was a princess. I thought it was she was some sort of like space, sort of like Princess Leia, and you were running around. Master Chief was going off to save her from whatever evil taking her over. I don't know, but yeah, that's how I always grew up with those sorts of Mario games. So that's my immediate explanation. Played Left 4 Dead. No bones about that. I was just shooting zombies. And then I decided, well, I quite like console games, so I got a Wii with a copy of Twilight Princess in it, which was awesome. And then obviously that moon snowballed, and I had all sorts of games. And then I got my own Xbox 360 and a massive collection of Xbox 360 games that have all gone up into the loft now because I don't have any space for them. A PlayStation 3, and then a PlayStation 4, and I've got PS5, I've got my Nintendo Switch. My Switch library is my biggest library at the minute on my bookshelf. I've got a stupid amount of games that I really need to play. Well, I'm very lucky to have my GameCube, the GameCube. My aunt passed it down to me. Fair enough, I've got a GameCube. I collect retro consoles. I've not bought any new retro consoles for a long time now because at the time I couldn't justify the cost, and now I just can't justify the trying to store them anywhere. If I had somewhere nice to display them, marvelous. But at the minute they're all in a box. But I've got an original NES. I've got a Sega Mega Drive, Pikachu Edition Nintendo 64, GameCube, which I think it's a bit rattly, but it seems to work. The PlayStation 2's knocking around somewhere. My old Xbox 360's knocking around somewhere. My Wii, obviously. My Wii U. My PS3. And then there's my old Game Boys. My 3DS. My 3DS. My DS. My DS Lite. My DSi. My 3DS. So yeah, I've got a lot of consoles. And a lot of games to go with them. Cartridges, all sorts. I've got a lot of games. Hundreds of games, many of which I'll never play, but then again, that's the gamer's blight, isn't it? And I think everyone here can probably say that they've got a ton of games in their libraries somewhere that they've not played. But anyway, I've waffled on long enough on this outro, so let's get this show closed for the evening. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ezio. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry, I was a bit loud there. Hi, I'm Ezio. It's a pleasure to meet you. If you enjoyed what you saw, well, I'd really appreciate if you hit that follow button, but the decision will always be yours. If you ever want to catch me live, well, I stream here on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock UK time, and every Saturday at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock UK time. If you ever missed any of these streams, if you ever want to catch up with any of the streams we've had on this channel, you can find them uploaded in the VOD section of this very channel, as well as a link to the YouTube archive in the panels down below containing playlists of every game, every journey as I call them, that we have ever covered right here. You can also find all of our thoughts videos at the end of every game, at the end of every journey. I do a thoughts video on it, so if you want to know my thoughts on a particular game, check out the playlist there and see if the answer is there. And if not, always feel free to ask me questions in chat, because I'm more than happy to have a chat while we game. I think that's everything, isn't it? Everything apart from a thank you to each and every one of you, be you a chatter, be you a lurker, be you watching live here on Twitch or in the YouTube archives. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey this evening. Thank you for joining me on this little nostalgic quest into a game that I think I'm very much going to enjoy. I already knew I'd enjoy it. I suspected I'd enjoy it, but the confirmation that the controls are just nice. The controls. It'll take me a while to get used to the weird control scheme, especially when I'm too used to the traditional Zeldas. But I'll get used to it. I'm getting used to it. So by the close of this game, which we are doing 100% run on, by the way, we should be good. We should be golden. But anyway, with that said, oh no, of course, and a thank you to each and every one of us playing through this amazing game, and thank you for spending a little bit of life here with me on the channel. It means the world. It always will do, and it always does. And I really, really will try never to forget to say that. I haven't forgotten it yet. Hopefully chat will hold me to that. But anyway, with that said, let's see if we've got enough for a raid. Let's see who we can raid. Actually, yeah, we've got enough for a raid. Marvellous. So, we've got this evening. Why am I opening Google? No, I'm completely fried. And I don't know how. There we go. Missed anything? No, I've not missed anything. Marvel. Close that. That. Go there. Goodbye, applause. Sure, I did that. It's mainly just art streams this evening. Twitch is quiet, which is slightly concerning. Well then. Well, I say quiet. There are big name streamers, but I tend not to raid the big namers because, let's face it, they don't need the extra help. They're big namers because they've done the work. They know what they're doing. They can grow their channels. So, with that said, let's just wrap it up here. So, until our paths next... No, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. May you all have a beautiful evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever it is around this whole wide world you are. And as always, until our paths next cross again, the Vortex awaits. And I'll see you all next time.